This is Alex Lampler for Totally Boxing. Here joining me on the phone today is none other than Irish unbeaten heavyweight Niall Kennedy. Niall, how are you doing?
Not too bad, Alex.
Good. Basically, I just wanted to give everyone an insight into who you are, what you're about, and what's the future for Niall Kennedy, basically. You've had 4 fights at the moment, unbeaten. Been out to America a couple of times, I believe.
Yeah. So far it's going well. 4 fights. I only turned pro in May last year, so it's not too bad. I'd like to be a bit busier, alright, but that's just the way it is with professional boxing in Ireland, I suppose. But yeah, 4 fights, two stoppages, and 2 points wins, so it's going well at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've only just finished fighting on the 19th out in America, was it?
Yeah,
Arthur Sarabekian.
Yeah, Arthur Sarabekian. His record was probably better than he was. To be fair, I think he was over the hill a little bit. Not saying anything disrespectful about the man, but I hope he doesn't box a whole lot more now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd seen the fight, the threw in the towel, didn't he? Because it was taking quite a beating, to be honest with you.
I think the ref probably should have took him out there a little bit earlier, in my own opinion. But look, I can't say that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say about 40 seconds into the fight, to be honest, it looked like it should have been stopped. You was throwing quite a lot of combos. You know, your speed was really fast. Is that something you've been working on quite a lot in the gym? Is it?
Well, no, speed would have been something I'd have always had naturally, sort of, but I've been working on sitting down a little bit and combinations and more power shots, I suppose, and trying to maintain the speed and keep the strength, build up a little bit of strength to go with it.
It did look like the combos was going together quite well, so I mean, like you must have been working on it in the gym or something. I noticed you've had quite a good amateur career, fought quite a lot of good boxers in it. I mean, how long was you fighting for in the amateur career?
Well, I'm boxing since I was 7, I suppose. But the last 5-6 years, I've been at the top of Irish amateur boxing. Well, prior to turning over last year, and I'd have been getting to senior finals, elite finals, and semi-finals. I was only getting bet by champions, so I thought I got a very tough or questionable decision a couple of years ago as well in the final, and in a semi-final, the Connie Sheehan, who's turned pro now, is being trained by Virgil Hunter, and I boxed Sean Turner, big sexy, then in another senior final, and then Dean Gardner, he's the Irish Olympic hopeful at the minute. I hope, please God, he qualifies. He's a lovely fella, so wish the best of luck.
Yeah, training out of training out of the same gym as Spike OSullivan, I believe, aren't you?
Yeah, Spike. Yeah, we're trained by Packy Collins.
Yeah,
Celtic Warriors gym there. Yeah,
I believe that's where McGregor trains as well, in it sometimes.
He does when he's looking for boxing sparring. Comes over to us to spar a bit with Stephen Ormond. So.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
And also top quality gym, in fairness.
Yeah. What's the sort of atmosphere around that gym? Because it does seem like everyone seems to speak highly of it. To be fair.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's good crack now. We've a good banter. There's about altogether there's about 8 or 9 of us there competing at a fairly high level, and that's good. We all push each other, so it's a good mix. And then you have messers like Spike and John O'Carroll there as well to sort of add a bit of flavour to it.
Yeah, definitely. How are you feeling at the moment about upping the rounds you're in? Are you feeling like you can do it quite easily, or?
Yeah, well, to be fair, we had trained for an 8-round fight for the 19th.
Yeah.
We were of the belief it was going to be longer, but I'd actually got changed then to box on Patrick Hyland's undercard on the 12th of March. I was supposed to be on that, but then that show cancelled because Thurman's car accident, I think.
So moved it back a week.
Yeah, so that show got cancelled, and my slot had been filled on the Boston show. So, in fairness, they just obliged and put me in, but there was only a 4 round available. So that was it. But 8 rounds will suit me better, to be honest. 10 rounds will suit me better. The longer the fight, the better.
Yeah. So, when you're thinking for your next fight, and you got any ideas who you're looking at?
No, well, Pacquiao will pick opponents, and Ken Casey if it's back out in Boston or whatever way it works out. But look, I'm 31 years of age. I'm not a chap. I'm ready to get in with whoever the lads decide, and I'm not going to trash talk and call out anyone. I don't believe in that. So whoever is next, it'll be grand. My process is just about being the best I can be and improving
yourself,
everything. Yeah. So it's going that way at the minute now.
Yeah. Do you think the fact of you starting maybe a bit later in the pros is a disadvantage or an advantage for the fact you've had a lot of experience coming into the pros?
Like, yeah, the last 5 or 6 years I'd had, like, I had said when I turned pro that I didn't really want to take a massive step back in quality of opponent, that I'd been mixing at the highest level in amateur. There was no point in dropping down in boxing. Well, no disrespect to Arthur's RB King, but he wouldn't have been the opponent. Now, I don't know, he usually takes 4 or 5 rounds to be stopped. But maybe I boxed well, or maybe he just wasn't in shape either, so it's hard to know. But the level of opponent, hopefully as we go along, it'll get harder and tougher, and it'll test me, because you need to be tested as well to keep your own interest at it. So,
yeah, without a doubt, yeah, you've got to have something to fight for, basically, and you don't want to be...
Exactly, yeah. But at 31, if I was a middleweight or a lightweight, I'd be well too old. But as a heavyweight, I'm probably coming into my peak. So
yeah, without doubt, yeah. I mean, there's so many boxers in the 30s anyway, and they're still at the peak of the game.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. You can box till 40 very easily and manageably in the heavyweights, like so. And to be fair, I've took very little punishment even in the amateurs. I was more of a boxer than a puncher, so I didn't get hit a whole lot, thank God. So
yeah, it's always a bonus.
yeah, exactly.
So what's your main aim for 2016 then? Just like you said, progress yourself and
progress myself. The next fight, please God, will be an 8-rounder, which would make me eligible for a Celtic Nations title or some sort of a title, and then maybe push on for the Irish title.
Yes,
or for the Irish title or whatever. To be honest with you, that's just what I'm saying, because I don't really have the force of it. But Pacquiao will have a plan and he'll decide what route we go. But the next fight hopefully will be bigger rounds anyway. I've already done 6 rounds against Javor Marinic, I think, last year, and I done them easy. So
yeah, in November was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, I noticed like Spike OSullivan on Twitter and that mentioning you. Do you two get on quite well? Do you train a lot together, or?
Yeah, we all train together, but Spike and myself had known each other a long time. We would have been in the same way, believe it or not, as kids in juvenile championships in Ireland. So we'd know each other a good while. And Spike's a character. He's a great man to have backing you on social media as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it helps having someone that experienced around as well, doesn't it? Sort of.
Yeah, and Spike definitely his experience is brilliant, and the high level that he's boxed at, and with Frank Buglioni as well. But I think a man that doesn't get mentioned out of our gym enough is probably Stephen Armand, and I think no disrespect to anyone else in our gym, because Luke Keeler fought for a WBC international belt next week, and I think he'll win it and prove how good he is. But I think genuinely I'm a fan of Stephen Armand's as well. I think he's one of the most underrated fighters in the world, to be honest with you. I don't believe there's any English lightweight out there willing to fight him, to be honest with you, at the minute, even the world champions. So.
Yeah. On to the boxing last night. Did you watch it? The Cal Brook fight, Luke Campbell, and the Eubank Jr. fight.
Yeah, I had 2 tellies set up and running up the stairs and back down the stairs. I did, and my thoughts and prayers are with Nick Blackwell.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Nick trained it, so he came over to help out Frank and Spike a bit last year. He was over in the gym a good bit, and he's an absolute gentleman. So
Yeah, it definitely does seem. I mean, he put on a great show, a great fight.
That was it was a serious fight, very exciting, and in fairness, Chris Eubank Jr. impressed me massively against Spike. But last night he came up another gear. I felt as well. I thought he was very good last night.
Yeah,
The
especially
chance I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. People seem to be blaming the referee on social media for it, but not no disrespect to Nick Blackwell's corner, but they probably should have maybe held their hands up. I think he was taking a lot of punishment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they complained about the referee not pulling it, but to be fair, he was still throwing back a few shots after these barrages came in from Eubank, so he was fighting back.
Exactly, and anyone that knows Nick Blackwell is as hard as nails. Like, and that his hardness probably was his downfall last night because he knows he's going to walk through 90% of people's punches. He's that tough, but it got to him last night. Unfortunately, he took too many clean shots.
Yeah. Do you think much to like the lightweight division in a whole then at the moment, or do you think there's not many out there that excite you more than the Irish at the minute?
Well, obviously that's a biased opinion from myself and Stephen Orman, but I would have liked to have seen Terry Flanagan given the opportunity, and I believe if the referee had been on the ball, then that fight would have went very different. Frustration led a lot to what happened with Stephen. I think in regards to Anthony Crolla and Derry Matthews, I think Stephen walks through him, and that's no disrespect to him. They're both great fighters as well. I just think Stephen's at a higher level. But then if I'm not biased, I suppose I don't know who will be. But I think he's at a high level.
Yeah. The Kell Brook fight last night, what did you make to that with Kevin Bizier and the IBS rankings? A lot of people complaining about it.
Yeah, I suppose he'd worked himself into a mandatory position. I'd never heard of him, but I think the last fella he boxed was seemingly unbeaten and fairly decent. But it's just levels last night. Kell Brook is a serious talent, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he's going to go for an elite fighter next and hopefully put on a good show soon.
I think he's avoided as well. He's another fighter that's nearly avoided at this stage. Yeah,
it seems at the moment, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, finally, just one more view of your heavyweight division. There's obviously Charles Martin versus Joshua on April 9th. What's your sort of prediction for that fight? How do you see that one going?
I don't know. I keep saying no disrespect to Charles Martin. He's probably the weakest of the champions at the minute. But I haven't seen a whole lot of him, so it's hard to know how weak he is. He's a southpaw, which brings trouble as well. But Anthony Joshua, like, you can't even question anything. Bar one shot he got caught against Dylan White, like, you can't question anything. He took it. His fitness was very good. He recovered very quick. You know, he's answering any question put in front of him. So this is a different question. Your man's a southpaw. He can box a bit. He can bang a bit. So I do see Joshua maybe getting to him in the latter rounds, alright, but it's definitely a step up from a fair play to him for doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, and we hope you have a really successful career, and love to speak to you again soon.
Sound, Alex. Thanks a million for the call, mate.
That's great, thank you.
Take it easy.
Take care.
Sound, thanks, Alex. Take care, mate.
Cheers.
Bye.